In the last section, we spoke about how we're going to be using the Infura API in order to deploy our application. Remember, Infura is just going to give us access to the Ring-B network. It does not replace the need for signing up for an Ethereum account or creating one on our own and getting that public and private key. In addition, Infura does not manage your Ether tokens, your coins, anything like that. It is solely our connection point to the outside Ring-B network. If we were not making use of Infura, we would have to host our own node on our local machine, which, as I had said, is a real pain in the neck. And so just making use of Infura makes our life a lot easier whenever we try to actually deploy our contract. In order to sign up with the Infura API, we're going to open up a new browser tab and navigate to Infura.io. And we'll then go through the sign up process together. So I'm going to open up a new browser tab and I'll navigate to Infura.io, like so. Now, once you get here, you'll see the Get Started for Free button on the page towards the bottom left-hand side. You can also go up to these buttons on the top left in order to create a new account, like sign up right there. We get prompted to enter in a name, email, and password. This name, email, and password is only going to be used for the Infura API. It has nothing to do with the actual contracts that you eventually deploy. However, of course, do make sure that you keep this information handy because you're going to eventually want to sign back into the Infura portal in order to get a copy of your API key over time. So I'm going to enter in a name, an email, and some password. And then I'll go ahead and sign up. Now, once you sign up, you're going to be sent a verification email. So go on over to the email account that you just entered in, and you're going to see a link appear on the screen. I'm going to pull my email up here really quickly. So you're going to see an email like this one right here. So go ahead and find the confirm email address button, and of course, we'll go ahead and click it. Now, once you come back over here, we need to go through a very quick series of steps to actually get the API key that we're going to use to eventually deploy our contract. Easiest way to get to the page that has our key is to click on the Learn How Infura Works button right here, and then find the Skip button on the bottom right-hand side. So I'm going to skip through all these kind of information steps. Of course, if you want to, you can go through these series of kind of introduction slides if you want to. I'm going to click on Skip, and then we are prompted to create a new project. So we have to create a project in order to get our API key that's going to allow us to eventually deploy our contract. So I'll click on Create New Project. And then we get prompted for a name right here. Just like before, the name of the project not relevant to the actual contract. You can call this project absolutely anything you want. And so me personally, I'll just call this thing like Ring-B API. That creates a new project for us. And then what we are looking for is on the bottom left-hand side of this card. We're looking for that little section marked as endpoint. By default, you're going to be presented with a link that's going to allow you to deploy to the main network. And of course, we don't want to make use of the main network because we don't have any Ethereum or a real Ethereum, and we don't want to spend any real money to deploy our contract as we are just learning this stuff. So I'm going to find a little drop down right here, and I'm going to make sure that I change it over to Ring-B. And that will change the endpoint link right here that we get to make use of the Ring-B network instead. So I'm going to then copy this link right here. And then I'll go over to my code editor or wherever is appropriate for you, and you can paste a little copy of this endpoint right here. We're going to be making use of it in the next section. Now, as a quick note, before we move on to the next section, where we make use of the endpoint right here, the entire sign-up process for Infura used to be a little bit different. So in the next video, you're going to see me copy this link right here out of an email that I was sent. They don't send you these API keys anymore. The video that you're going to see in the next section is just a little bit dated, and it follows the old sign-up process. So when you see me go into my email and get this link right here, you're not going to go into any email. You don't get an email address. All you have to do is copy this link right here, and that's it. All right, so let's take a quick pause right here, and in the next section, we'll start putting together our deployment script. So quick break, and I'll see you in just a moment.